Hey guys, Buffy Game Bet today, bringing you a video. Today we are going into all the weapons here for Delta Force Hawk Ops in the PC only alpha test here. All weapons here in this test. I'm going to show you them off. We'll do other videos as far as customizations and things like that, but we're just going to run through the weapons. I'll show you a little bit of some of the pre-built ones I have and how they operate in the firing range. But we're going to break all that into a lot of videos so we don't have 20, 30-minute videos here. Make this one nice and short for you guys. So let's go ahead. You can see some of the modification here. I'll show that off in a bit. But let's go ahead. You can see all firearms. Let's start with all of the weapons, and we'll run through these, and then I'll show off some of the pre-built stuff that I have. So first off, for rifle category, we have the CAR-15. So this is essentially the Colt 723, I believe it is. This is pretty much what Delta Force operators used in the Battle of Mogadishu. Larry Vickers, famous Vickers tactical, the Vickers CAR-15. This is essentially the predecessor to the M4. So you see here, it's 5.56 by 45. You have a lot of information: damage, range, control, handling, stability, accuracy. All the stats here for the weapons, additional details for percentages where everything hits on the body. So the damage, what it does on the limbs, which is awesome. Control, it shows the recoil patterns here. Handling, stability, and accuracy. So a lot of in-depth stuff here with this game, which we'll get into all those in separate videos, but again, for rifles, we have the CAR-15, the Colt 15. We have the AK-12, which is the newest iteration here of the AK-12, chambered 5.45 by 39 millimeter. We have the SIG 552, which is interesting. You can make this into a SIG 553 also, which we'll show that in future videos. But the SIG 552, a lot of you guys remember this from Call of Duty: The Growl 556. There's another, I think this is just because I have these pre-owned in my stash currently, so I have a couple of these. Now, preview not owned, we have the AS Val firing 9x39 millimeter subsonic with a rate of fire of 972 rounds per minute. We have the PTR 39, so this is firing 7.62 by 39 millimeter. Again, this is, you see the information here, is an assault rifle improved from the G3 rifle firing the 7.62 by 39. Incendiary rifle ammo. So this is very similar. It takes AKM mags. It's similar to, I cannot remember the name of the weapon in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, but it is essentially another variant of one of those Americanized Western versions of an AK, essentially with the caliber. Mark 47, but this is essentially a version of the G3. I believe the Setme, whichever model it is, firing the Russian 7.62 by 39 millimeter. We have the G3 battle rifle here, firing 7.62 by 51 millimeter. Big boy cartridge. We have the Scar H of the Mark 17, again 7.62 by 51 millimeter cartridge, 585 rounds per minute. Which I love that they give you these stats. Armor penetration, a lot of stats here, which is just great. Gun sound, out to 600 meters, muzzle velocity. So they give you so much information here. We're going to look at the AK-12, the 5.52. We have the M7 or the MCX Spear, the XM7. So this is the Spear point 6.8 by 51 millimeter. We have the AUG A3 here. Again, 5.6 by 45 millimeter. We have the M16A4. This is going to be 5.6 by 45 millimeter, available in single fire or 3-round burst. So this is M16A4. We have the M416 or the HK416. So this is a classic gun. Glad to see this in game. This is one we haven't seen in Call of Duty ever yet. But again, 5.6 by 45 millimeter, 880 rounds per minute. Really nice battle or assault rifle there. We have the Ash 12 or the Shock 12. This is 12.7 by 55 millimeter. This is a Russian FSB designed specifically for FSB for close quarters combat. 12.7 by 55 millimeter. This is a 50 caliber CQB rifle meant to just destroy people in close quarters urban fighting. It's one of my favorite weapons. I'm so glad they added this to the game. We have the AKS-74. Now, a lot of people may confuse this with the AKS-74U, which it is not. The AKS-74 is essentially, and they modeled it a little weird here, and you could do some customizations, which I'll show off in this video or another video. But the AKS-74U has a shorter barrel. I believe it's 8 or 9 inches. The AKS-74 in real life is just a standard AK-74. However, you'd have the skeleton stock. So they kind of combined both of those here. However, you can customize it to one or the other. You have the QBZ-95-1. This is a Chinese assault rifle. Then you also have the AKM assault rifle, 7.62 by 39 millimeter Russian assault rifle, and the M4A1, highly customizable. assault rifles. So let's have all the assault rifles here for the Alpha. SMGs, we have the PP-19 Vityaz, again a Russian 9x19mm. We have the SR-3M. This is essentially a different variant of the AS-Val, the SS type weapon pattern platform, 9x39mm subsonic rounds. So this is, in real life, this is actually an assault rifle. I guess you would classify it as, but here they have it as an SMG, which works fine for me. You can see the rate of fire. It also differs from what the AS-Val is as well. We have the SMG 45. So I don't remember the LWRC SMG 45, I believe, is the real name for this. So this is essentially the Americanized UMP 45, firing 45 ACP. We have the PP-19 Bison, the predecessor to the PP-19 Vityaz up here, firing 9x18 macro. Oh no, it's 9x19 here in this game. So 9x19. Then we have a classic Uzi here, again 9x19. We have the Vector SMG here, again 45 ACP with a 1,091 rounds per minute rate of fire. So really juicy rate of fire. We have a P90 firing that 5.7 by 28. We have an MP5 9x19. Those are all the SMGs here in the Alpha. We also have shotguns. We have the classic M870. We have the M87, or we already did that one, so that's just what's in my stash. We have the Saiga 12, and we have an M1014 Benelli. So really nice 12 gauge. Not a big shotgun guy. Moving on to LMGs, we have the M249 Saw. And we have the PKM UMG Universal Machine Gun. So this is Saw firing 5.56 by 45mm. The PKM is firing 7.62 by 54mm R. Those are the only two LMGs right now. I'm hoping they add a lot more. We'll do a wish list video here upcoming. Marksman rifles. We have the SR-25 or the M110 by Knights Armament Company firing 7.62 by 51mm. We have the SKS. This is a Russian marksman rifle firing that 7.62 by 39mm. This was the primary rifle for the Russians prior to the AKM, probably the shortest-lived service rifle of any rifle ever put into official service by the military. Was very promptly replaced by the AKM. Then we have the M14 or the Mark 14 marksman rifle here, 7.62 by 51mm. We have an SVD classic 7.62 by 54mm R Russian sniper rifle or marksman rifle. The VSS Venturas, again, this is a 9x39 subsonic marksman rifle similar to the AS-Val and the SR-3M cartridge-wise. And then we have a Mini 14 firing the 5.56 by 45mm. Those are all the marksmans. Now for sniper rifles, we have the Arctic Warfare or the L96. This is firing 338 Lapua Magnum. We have the M700 Classic firing 7.62 by 51mm. The German R93 firing 7.62 by 51mm, and the SVD 98 classic Russian 7.62 by 54mm R. Now for pistols, we have the Glock 17 firing that 9x19, the 93R Beretta 93R Rafika. This is 9x19, and that's going to be available in burst fire. Glock 18C 9x19 full auto with a 1,172 rounds per minute. Desert Eagle and that 50 Action Express. We have a revolver 357 Magnum and the QSR 92G, which 9x19. I believe this is based off either a SIG or a Russian pistol. I'm not the best on pistols, but those are all the weapons. We don't have any launchers here. You have filter by all. So really quick, let me just show you guys some of the customization here quickly. I do have some pre-built stuff that if I were to go with the M110, you can see the customization. I want to do a separate video on that. You have appearance with different skins, things like that. Loadout-wise, it looks like it didn't save... Let me see here. Nope, it didn't save some of my pre-builts that I had. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Let's go ahead and look at the Mark 14, because I haven't customized this one yet. So this will give you a little bit of a preview of the customization. And I want to save the firing range and stuff like that for other videos. But here, you can see we can do something. Let's build... Try and build a SOCOM 16 if we can. So we'll go ahead and select that. For our chassis, we'll run the modernized advanced chassis frame. Go ahead and select that. Buttstock options, you can see we can adjust these here. A lot of different buttstock options. Again, I want to make a separate video on that, so I'm not going to get too in-depth here with it now. Go with a 30-round mag, preview that. And then here we have that advanced frame already. You can do a fast mag pull there. We'll do a grip on this bad boy, preview that. We can throw a bipod on there if we want. And then you can do rail covers, different barrels, so ultra long, practical short, standard. So we kind of feel like the standard here would be a regular SOCOM 16 for what we're going with. We're just run a muzzle brake on this one. And you can see we can also run things like laser light combos on different pick rails. So this would be kind of a Mark 14. Then we can go into the firing range. And I can go right in here. This has the full auto capability of it, which is cool. So I go full auto here with a 30 round mag. Looks pretty cool. You can see the inspects here for the weapons. I'll be streaming on Twitch live. Hopefully when this goes out, I'll still be on. I'll try and get this video out before I go to Twitch. We will have drops enabled. So Mark 14, pretty beastie. If I go to some of my other ones here really quick, let's take a look at something like the, I had a nice SCAR. Go ahead and modify that. Loadout. So this one it did save. I kind of made a Mark 20 SSR here. So you go back to the modify. You can see what I did here with the customization. So you can do, this is kind of an example of conversions. We took our Mark 17, turned it into something like a Mark 20 SSR. I can customize this a little bit more if I want. But if we bring this in, you can see, you can select your different tactical light options, one or the other. I also have little seizure mechanism if I wanted, based on the different attachment, which is something I'll show off in another video. So you can see the inspect here in the firing range. Again, we took the Mark 17, kind of turned it into a Mark 20 SSR. I can turn the laser off. You see, have different variable zooms here. And it's going to give you all the stats there. We'll get into a separate video for the firing range, but this is just kind of one example of a conversion. I will show off different ones like that. You can select different ammo that we want to be using on these weapons that's available in that caliber. So like M61, M80, all the way to the top tier if I want equipped it, and I can see what that's going to be like in game for the damage profiles. So, really cool. Let me know what you guys think down below. Little seizure. That's going to be great for CQC. Can also cannon fire. Let me know your thoughts. All the weapons here for Delta Force Hawk Ops. We'll do a lot of future videos here. Wish list, customization, firing range, in-depth, a lot of stuff like that. Again, check out the Twitch stream. We'll be having drops enabled. Till next time, Buffer Gaming. Out.